Good morning and sliding into afternoon. Judy Allen here, San Antonio, Texas. And today I'm going to show you how to make a shaker card. We're going to actually do two. And I have my friend Linda here joining me today. Linda, you want to give us a wave? That's right, it's not an imaginary friend, it's a real friend. So, yes, we're going to have fun today, and I'm going to show you, her and you, how easy it is to make a shaker card. So with that, let's go down to the handle and let's get going. All right, that's what it's about. So actually, what I was going to do today was make what's right here in the catalog. This is the mini catalog on Be Mine Suite on page 10. And I was going to duplicate this, and it has a story of its own. But first, I'm going to focus on just making the shaker card, okay? Because that's what Linda hasn't done yet, and we're doing it in our retreat. I'm actually using the Be My Valentine stamp set. And I've used the nested essential dies. So when you're going to make a shaker card, like I'm going to show you today, you're going to need different sizes of dies, okay? So actually, I'm using this die here, the largest, the second to largest, and then this one right here. So I'll show you when we get to them, but it's important if you're going to make a shaker card and you do layers, you're going to need that, okay? So I'll set that aside. So the first thing, don't worry about the card, okay? I'll show you afterwards, have an opportunity for creativity. And I'll pass these out to Linda at the same time too. So I'll tell you afterwards how we made the card. For right now though, we're gonna focus just on the shaker, okay? So what we got here is, I've got two window sheets at 2 3/4 by 3.5 we're gonna be using, all right? And then in addition to that, I have a 2 3/4 by 3.5. And the way that I determine it is, here's my window size, all right? So I measured it, but I want it to go beyond, right? It has to go beyond the window. Because the fact is, we're gonna have to put adhesive and some stuff on back here on here, all right? So it's gotta be larger than, and I'm gonna show you how much larger than as well too. So if I lay this here next to it here for you, what Linda and I are gonna be using here is some foam adhesive strips, okay? So that you gotta allow room for the foam adhesive strip. All right, I'm just gonna take one off here so I can show you. Yeah, and if you're out there, be sure to say hello or whatever. I can't say that we actually do door prize drawings, but you never can tell. One of these days we might, but it's not today. Today we're focusing on this here. So I'm just taking the strip here so you can see how thin this is. This is most probably about 1/8 of an inch. It's definitely not 1/4 of an inch. So you've got to be allowed to be able to put your strip down, all right, and still have it beyond your image that you die cut out. You understand? See that, Linda? Mm-hmm. So it's got to be so it's got to be a little bit larger, okay? So I've done the window sheets the same way. So let's take one window sheet. Now I'm going to show you two different styles. This one I'm going to show you so Linda and you can see everything that's in this little window, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to take these strips and we're just going to lay them down, not quite at the edge, but I put it close to the edge, right? And then we can just cut this. I would say I could tear it. You most probably can tear it. I got scissors for both of us. All right, so I've done it like this, and that's all we're going to do is we're just going to go around and frame this. Now there's a different way, but this is the way I'm showing you right now, okay? So don't get excited. I'm going to go ahead and take this off. And believe it, I'm not going to stick it to everything in the world. So I have made these before, but I haven't done this for you. And in our upcoming retreat, we have a shaker card, believe it or not, Linda, that I did this way. And when I got through, I thought, man, this isn't how you normally do it, but this is a great way. So the important thing is to see how you want to make sure this all butts up. All right, it has to butt up to one another. Okay, because that's the important, because when you go and put your shaker material in there, that's what's going to keep it from, when you shake it, that it's going to go all over the place beyond the card itself. That is a voice of experience. There's a story. You'll have to go look at one of the older videos to find that story, but I shared that story. And I'm sure my husband will share that story too. There's nothing like demonstrating to your spouse a shaker card you made, and he gets to wear the stuff from the inside of the shaker card. But hey, you know, life's an adventure. Okay, there's no dull moments in this household. Okay, to see how I have a little bit of a gap here, you're going to have to close the gap, because what will happen is all of your, in fact, I'm just going to come around and curve it just like that, because otherwise your material, when it shakes, is going to stick to it, okay? And we don't want it to come out. So it's just closing the gap. So I just did that. As you can see, I took this off right here so you can see it better. Okay, so I've done this right here. I've actually just closed the gap to make the shaker card here. All right, so they're going to be practically touching each other right there. Okay, how you doing, Linda? I was going to say Jennifer.
Jen, man, I'll take that compliment. Good.
Good. All right. So there she goes. She's getting hers. All right. So at this point, I'm going to take. I just take 1/8 of a teaspoon. You could do a little bit more if you want, depending on how big your shaker is. I'm just going to go ahead and maybe do 2 for mine. And I even thought it'd be pretty cool. Oops. If I just put a little bit of this in with it. So right, when you make a shaker card, you can put anything you want in it, right? If I had a bunch of little hearts, I would have put them in there too. I'll put those in there for Linda. And then, so at this point then, I'm just going to take the adhesive off of all these, okay? So Linda's leaving here today with 2 shaker cards. Two.
You're ambitious.
I am ambitious. A woman on a mission. A woman on a mission. Now see how it's already sticking to those? So that's what you want to watch out for as you lay this down. So I've got all, except for here. I don't have my paper off here. So I'm going to go ahead and take this one off here too. I'm going to show you this way, and then I'll show you another way later, okay? Oops. But you can see everything is inside. That's what it dropped on the outside. Okay. And she's going to get hers in there too. Then all we're going to do is take this other sheet and we're just going to lay it right on top of here. Now, it may not be absolutely perfect. It's not, because it's not going to be seen. The main thing is we just want to make sure that all elements are sealed. See that? We got all elements sealed. Now see, something got right there. Okay, so technically, if we were looking at this and we were saying, all right, how well did we do and so forth? Well, let's shake. Okay, there it goes. It shakes. Yeah, just put a little bit of everything in there. And you can put other things too, right?
Love note.
Yeah, love note. You do anything you want. So you should be able to, you should have it nice and sealed, right? So you should be able to do what I'm doing right now and nothing's like going flying all over the place. All right, that was just stuff I had on the outside to begin with. So you got that part?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so from here then, all we have to do is put some adhesive. So all I'm going to do, what you want is 3D. This is actually Stampin' Plus, designed for 3D projects. So you're going to want something stronger, okay? So all I'm going to do is take this, and I might have to get a little closer, but we're going to go right or close to the edge as best we can. I'm not worried about it because the reason is this is all going to be hidden, and the other thing is that this is going to be put up on dimensionals. So it's not going to. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this here, and I'll bring this over to you so you can do the same thing. I'm just going to take this here, and I'm going to make sure there's nothing going over. Just roll it back. That's all you got to do. And I'm going to take this here, and I'm just going to cover this hole. Now you just want to make sure you cover the hole, right? On all sides. Okay, so now I have it right like this. See, I've got my shaker. All right. Now, so I'm doing this a little bit different today, so I'm just going to show you. So here's a piece of white card that I have here. Yep, stick that on. And with this piece of white card, I'm just going to stamp the sentiment. Now, all you got to do is center your sentiment, right? And then once you've centered your sentiment, then we're going to sit there and put it on the card. Now I'm doing mine at Happy Valentine's Day because that's what they had in the catalog. They did it in blue. There you go. And you know what? And the thing is, they didn't have this in the catalog, but I'm going to do it anyway because I can, right? I'm going to add some sweet sorbet hearts. Oh, here you go. Here's your stamp for you. Here's your Happy Valentine's. Go in the center of your white. Boop. You just want it like this, where it's up and down. Yeah, see, there's your little white piece there. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp some hearts here. And I'm going to stamp another heart here. Because I can, right? Now this is sweet sorbet. It's not real red, but it doesn't matter. Either card would work. Okay. Okay, you're going to flip that over, and you're going to do the other side. You can do it up and down. That's okay. So, for example, she had stamped hers this way. Well, it's not going to work on a shaker card. Well, you could do it sideways, but the pattern's going to be off, right? So, just flip it over and stamp again. That's all you got to do. That's all you're going to do. We're not going to sweat the small stuff because that is small stuff. I mean, that feels small, but it's really small stuff in the bigger scope of things, right? So that's the thing to keep in mind. And if you want to do some hearts, I did some hearts on mine.
Love it.
And then I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to just go around the edges. Okay, so just like you saw me with this here, I went around the edges. I'm going to do the same thing here. And I'm just going to come along the edges. You could also do this with glue, right? And I'm just going to come around my edges just like this. Again, because this is 3D. Now you see it's going off, but you know what? Roll it over. That's all you got to do. Just roll it over, okay? That's the nice thing about it. It rolls real easy. And I hope I didn't go over too far, but it's okay. It's okay. Again, we're just going to roll it. You could, like I said, you could use the liquid glue. That'll work too. Because nobody's going to see this, right? So that's the thing to keep in mind is when you get excited about this and all, is people aren't going to see it. As Linda's over here smiling next to me and being really quiet.
I am excited.
All right. So I did it this way because that way we could at least get the shaker wet done, okay? So I know many times when you see me do it before, we sit up there and do the shaker differently. But this way is a good way if you've never done one before and you're always concerned. Then all we got to do now is just center this, right, like this, okay? So you're just playing it down and just putting this over it, okay? And then now we have the shaker that's been decorated.
Sweet.
And so this one, again, I used 2 layers. So I first made the shaker with 2 window sheets, okay? And then we're going to take, like I said, then we're just going to line this up. Now this, again, when you line this up to put this together, it's really not as big of a deal as you think because it blends, right? And this is, I'll tell you how we made the card, but we're just doing the shaker first. All right, so all we're going to do is we're going to take, so this is already up on foam, right? So all we're going to do now, you can either use the foam strips like we just did, or you can use your dimensionals. Let's see if it's the same height. No, it is not. It's actually lower. But that's okay. You can either use the foam or let's do this. Let me show you this trick here. Here's a trick. I always like giving you tips and tricks. Just take your dimensional and we're going to double it up. And I'm believing that's going to be right where we need it. Okay? So we're going to double it up. Looks like we'll pretty well be there. And we're just going to do it on the 4 corners. We're not going to put one in the middle, right? Because the middle is already high enough. So if you wanted to do anything in the middle, what I would do is tear and tape. And I'll show you that in just a second. Let's get our double stacks here. Yeah, Linda, get your double stacks.
I'm going to get you some.
Okay. Yeah. All right, so it goes back to not sweating the small stuff, right? I need one more I can take from you. There you go. All right, so this is double stacked. All right, now I really want the center to stick to, right? So all we're going to do is take some tear and tape. I don't need a lot. I just wanted to stick some in the center, right? So, because this is where all the bulk of the weight's going to be. All right, I'll just stick that aside over there. So, this is what we do during retreats. We have to talk to each other and say if we're going too fast, too slow, just right. We keep moving.
Quiet.
Yeah, we got a rowdy group. Sometimes if they can't hear, we have to tell them to hold on just a second. Okay. So with this, we're just lining up the papers. So if you can see, I have actually gone and made sure these papers line up. So this isn't going to look exactly like in the catalog because I changed the paper, one of the papers anyway. Made sure the lines line up. Okay, and we're not finished. But I at least want to show you shaker card number 1, all right? And we've already done our bees. Linda and I fussy cut some leaves. Bees, not leaves, right? Oh my gosh. So they have theirs like this and this. Is that right? Or was it going? It was going the other direction. Yeah, because I used that for something. We use that for the next one. All right, so they have their bees just like this. So again, we can just take some. I'm going to use some lower dimensionals because we got a lot of height going on here. And the thing is, the bees are going to be right here. So what it happens is, because we use the same color paper here, yeah, it looks like it's all the same. You made your shaker card.
I just did the 4.
That's all right.
I wanted to catch it.
That's right. So as you look at this, it's hard to tell where the paper in the background is versus this because we've matched up our lines here and here. And like I said, I'm just putting these bees on, and you just want to make sure when you do it, where's your bee going to be, right? So this is on the lower half of the body on this one. So yes, so if you sat there and want this free class to go, this would be included. But you have to spend $35 on with a host code or my online store, and you get the kit free.
Are those dimensionals?
These are mini dimensionals.
Okay.
So I did that because we've got so much hype going on already, but I wanted the bees just to be a little bit up. And you know, they're easy to sit there and add Wink Costello to them. And we can add more stuff, right? Wink Costello is our friend.
Mm-hmm.
I like to put them on the bee wings. I'm going to do it right here. And all over the bee, because I can. Because I can, right? That's the thing about Wink Costello, because you can. Alright, so here is shaker card number 1. We might still add some embellishments, but at least I want to get the shaker part down, okay? And you can see where we stamped some hearts on the inside. Just add a little, and you can put your cinnamon on the inside. So, this is shaker number 1, alright? Shaker number 2. Let me get that one out. So basically, what Linda and I are going to do is we're going to make another card. Yeah, she look at Linda's shaker. You show me your shaker? See? Oh, you got to show it here. Right here. Right here. Here's Linda's shaker.
Not as good. Don't look too close.
That's all right. Hey, she made her first shaker card, I think, there. All right, so the second shaker, we're going to do a little bit different. This is what I normally do. Okay, so what I would normally do, this is leftover piece. So if you look at this here, this is the leftover piece from in here. And this is the leftover pieces from when this was cut off. Alright, so we're just going to create from our leftover materials. I'm going to show you how to do this. Same thing as I was showing you. This has to be smaller than the outer, and we have to have enough room, right, for the foam strips to be able to fit in between, right, without right in the center. So I should be able to do this right in the center, okay? So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this clear sheet to here. Okay, so this is going to be different than we did a while ago. I'm going to attach the clear sheet to here, and I'm just going to use this tape here. So this is tape, Stampin' Seal Plus. You could use this, you could use glue, and you could use the tear-in tape. Okay, all of those are designed for 3D projects or stuff like this here. All right, because it's just going to hold when you sit there doing any shaking. That's what matters. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to take the window sheet. Now it may, the corners might be a little pointy and we might have to trim them off. That's okay. We'll do that when we get through making our shaker. I just want to let you see how to make the shakers. Alright. So from here, we're going to do just what I did a while ago. We're not using 2 window sheets this time though. We're just going to use 1 window sheet. And I'm going to put foam strip, and same thing here. I'm good because I've already die cut this white piece to be the same size. All right. So we're just going to put. I'm just going to put my white foam sheets right down the center here, because that'll work. Okay. If you want to go a little beyond, that's fine. Just keep in mind, right? We just don't want to go beyond the actual color of the card here, right? Because we don't want our work to show. If you've done flower arranging, sewing, or anything, that's one thing you're always taught is to hide your work. So there we go. We're hiding our work. So I'm doing the same thing. It's just on a smaller scale, right? So you can make a shaker card any size you want. So if you wanted to, let's say, make 3 small shaker cards like this on a slimline card, you could, right? We're not, but you could. So it's really limited by your imagination. I'm just going to guesstimate this. Well, I really hate to take this whole thing off, but we're going to do it anyway. Okay, So again, I just want to make sure. So this stuff is very flexible. So if you need to turn it sideways or anything, do it. The main thing is we want no gaps, because the gaps provide a weak link for the stuff to go through, or for the foam to come up, or whatever you're using, right? That's all it does, is finds a weak link and it just goes in and uses that weak link to cause it to come apart. So that's what happened when I did my very first shaker card, and my husband got to wear the shaker stuff. Okay, so same thing here. Now the only difference here now is we're going to sit up here and put, I'm going to put some of just these. We're just going to put some of these in just a little bit. I don't need a whole lot, right? This is smaller. I'm just going to use this one for the moment. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing, except this time around I've got to stamp this first. Alright, so for this one, we already know it's going to go this way here, so I was just going to stamp Love You. Let me get the tear and tape off. I was just going to stamp Love You. And then I was going to do blue hearts around it. Okay, you got to get your stuff to put in there, whatever kind you want to put in there. And as long as you center it, you know you're in good shape, right? So that's the key to it. If you just center whatever you're going to stamp, you're in great shape. It's going to be right there in the middle. I'm going to reach over you there. So we get some hearts. Let's see, clean my hearts off here. You know, I could just as easily put bling in here if I wanted to. Right? I could glue bling down on the white piece if I wanted to. So I'm just going to put some blue hearts in here this time. So I'm reversing my color scheme from the other one. And that's what we're going to do here. We're just going to do some blue hearts. I didn't get all the red off, but I got most of it off, right? So I'm just going to do some blue hearts. In fact, I might just do blue hearts here. And let's see, I'm not going to do that. Let me see what I can do with this blue one here. I'm going to do this one here, but I'm going to do a stamp off. So you can see what the stamp off would be. It's very subtle and light. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do it right behind I Love You. So it'll be faint and subtle, but it is there. That's what counts, right? Put the red over here in the blue. And then here's this. Okay, and you got that. All right, so now we're going to do just like we did a while ago. And it doesn't matter, right? It does matter. So you do need to take a look. I don't have my flowers up here, but take a look. This is directional, so you want to make sure your flowers are going up. Okay, so it really doesn't matter as I'm thinking about it, but it does, right? Because your I Love You has to go the same way. So if you looked at this over, the flowers are like this, but they're over here, so they're going this way. So I want to make sure when I stick my tag in here, that's going to be like that. And I only tell you that because I have messed up with that before. that is so easy to do. So easy to do. I'm going to show you what I did today with the whole directional paper stuff and all. Oh my gosh. You know, so when you're working with directional paper, you have to think about that as well, too. Like in this particular paper, the direction is not the same. See how this is going up? But if I flip this over, oh, that's not the same one. If I flip this over, the flowers are going a different direction than the stripes. Yeah. And I forgot to look at that. So that's something you got to look at. And I just was talking and not paying. Let's see. Now my flowers are going that way. Okay, cool. So see, that's why I made sure this was exactly the same, because the thing is, you can just come over here and stick it on like this. And the thing is if it's off by somehow and you need to trim it, then just trim it. Okay, so here's your shaker. Isn't that cute? It's just cute just like that. This will make, you know what, Linda loves 3x3 cards. This would be a cute 3x3 card. Let's see what the size of this is. Oh yeah, Linda. Oh my gosh, you know what? I was going to put it on this card, but I might wait and just put it on a 3x3. Just for you, Linda, or I'm going to have to go make it. Or else I'm going to have to make another one, because I didn't do anything for 3x3. But wouldn't this be cute on a 3x3?
Yes.
This would be so cute on a 3x3. Because it's just the perfect size. So just stick right in the center. Alright. That's not what I planned on doing, but this would be cute in your 3x3 too. So see, here's your so this we're going to do just like we did a while ago. I was so focused on using the rest of the paper. It's like I didn't want to throw the paper away just because I made a slanted across the card. I was looking when I did. Here it is. I went thinking about a 3x3 card, but my gosh,
3x3.
This would make an awesome 3x3 card. So if you want to save yours to make a 3x3 card instead, you can. I would at least put it together.
Yeah.
Okay, so all we're going to do here is just like I did a while ago. We're going to use tear and tape. I'm going to use tear and tape to put it down. So you put your tear and tape on there without taking the other side off.
Oh, I think I'm going with it.
And okay, you're going to go with it. And then we just know we can make a 3x3, right?
I don't know what you did with that.
I haven't done anything with it. Here it is right here.
Oh, this is so cute.
So this, if you flip it over, it's got the flowers on it. So this could be a 3 in the center of a 3x3. It could be inside the card itself that we're making. I don't know. I'll do something with it because it's cute, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So anyway, yeah. So here we go. Let me get this off.
This is so cute. Oh my god. Are you using?
No, go ahead. I'm just
here. What do you?
All I'm doing with this here is I'm just putting it down with tear and tape.
Uh-huh.
That's it. And I'm just going to center it.
Yeah, because it's pretty.
Right. So I didn't really have any plans for this. It was just the leftover materials, and I wanted to use it. Because sit there, it took a this is a 4 1/4 by, I think, 5 1/2 piece of paper that I had to do just so that I could get this strip right here like they did in the catalog. All right, so it's like, okay, what are you going to do with the leftovers? It's like, well, you're going to make another card is what you're going to do. But like I said, on the inside, you can put cards, but you could easily put it in here if you wanted to. Put a bee on it. You put it over there.
I like it inside.
You can put cinnamon over it. I think there's a number of things you could do. I'm just not going to get rid of it, right?
No.
But it's because I had to use the paper here. And then when we cut this out to make this happen. So if you want to know the measurements here, let's see if I got it right here. Got several notes I wrote down. So, for example, on this one here, this is 1 7/8. So this was actually a 3 3/4 by 5 1/2, or 5 1/8, and that is important. So if you don't do anything at all, pay attention to this number, because an 1/8 shorter made this too short. But by doing it this way and making this 3 3/4 by 5 1/8, it allowed me to line this up, these corners, and to do these here and line it with a perfect line. And so see how it blends? So it didn't even look like you got that extra layer there, but it's there. It's just the colors match so well because it blends in. But that's because it had that extra 1/8. If you didn't have the extra 1/8, too little. If it's 5 inches, it's short and it doesn't line up. If you go over, it's going to be over. And so anyway, just let you know. So then when you do the 3/4 and 5/8, then you have to cut this up 1 7/8 here from the bottom, and you mark it right here. You see my pencil marks right there. So that's 1 7/8. So these were both the same size originally. I had to cut it off, but those are things I put aside that you can or cannot use for the next one if you want to. So this is the card, and here's the 2 shakers. From here you can add bling, you can add hearts. We actually cut out a couple of extra bees that we could actually, I'm not sure how I want to put this bee. We could put the bee right here. I wasn't sure if I was really tired of bees. I might put that bee right there. What do you think, Linda?
I love it everywhere.
I'm going to put this on a small dimensional right here. And let's see.
Here, you need another one.
Yeah, it's just the small dimensionals. I don't need another bee. I'm just going to do one. Because you know what I'm going to do with this? I like just the one bee. And what I'm going to do is we've got bling here. I brought bling. I snuck bling in for us. Oh, here was the other thing I was thinking too. This card wasn't originally planned. I was thinking if I could put this behind it, but I already put mine down. Did you already put yours down? Let's play with Linda's a second here. So I actually put this here. This is actually made for something else. But how cute would that be to add that beehive right here? And where's my bumblebee I just had?
Right here.
Yep, here's one. And then looky here. Looky here. Look how nice that would be just to do that right there. So this is actually with the friends, the animal friends. I can't think of the name. Fluffy, Flurry. Was it Fluffy Friends? Something like that. I don't know. It's
Fluffy and Furry, I think
Fluffy and Furry. So actually, the die set has it where you get this shape, right? Looks like a giant beehive. And put it right here. I think that would be cute, don't you? It's
adorable.
And you just put the bee right up here, and you got your Happy Valentine's. And it'd be really cute too if you could somewhere maybe stamp. What I would do is maybe take this color of ink and stamp "Be Mine" all over the place, all over. Just "Be mine, be mine, be mine, be mine." And you don't even have to do it heavy. You can actually stamp it off and use the second stamp off. Yeah. So there you go. We got 2 shaker cards. We got 3 possibilities here. 3 possibilities taking shape here. All right. So you just have to let us know what you like the best. But I love how this little shaker card. Look how this. And that could easily be a 3x3. So we'll have to see if we can make a 3x3 just so we can show you. All right? So that is the end of making the shaker cards themselves. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed that. And then we'll come back and I'll do a short little blip of how we sit there and some of the issues to look out for. Okay? So I'm going to stop this and you'll just have to check with us next time. And I will go back to the face here. So hope you enjoyed that, right? We have several opportunities here. Showed you not only how to make the shaker 2 different ways, showed you 3 possibilities of card, and definitely an opportunity for a 3x3. So the most important thing is what? To go out there, create, share, and give. Today's the 31st, so if you want the kit from, I have to think, January the 16th through January 31st, today's the last day. So go out there online if you want to, and this is the kit you want, the free kit, and you just have to make a purchase of $35. All right? So with that, be blessed. Remember that we sit up there and post this on Instagram, and we also post the videos on YouTube. So be sure to follow us and share with your friends. All right, look forward to seeing you next time with Keep It Simple or Stamp It, Step It Up. Bye.